Hello, just wanted to make a quick video for you guys. I've seen a lot of stuff of either wiring done wrong or questions asked wrong or answers given wrong. But this is how to wire your house for 220 and to still meet code without, and to keep from burning your house. I'm not a certified electrician. I don't do this on my spare time. I don't do this for a job. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I want to save money, because I think it's with the amount that it costs for materials. I wanted to save as much as I could. I'd rather spend it on other stuff anyway. So, but this is to code, and like I said, this will keep your house from burning down. So this is my welder. It's an Everlast welder. 256 Power Pro, and that's my water cooler down there for my torch. Alright, so let me start out at the plug. This is what your plug will look like. It's not upside down. This is how it runs. If I were to do it the other way, then my wire from my plug would be sticking up this way. So you're going to need a box, you're going to need this actual plug, and then you're going to need a plate to cover that. The box, there's two different styles. There's this style right here, and this one is the one that screws into the stud. And unless you have some neat trick that you'd like to show on YouTube about how you're going to get this in there and then slide it over and in between stud, then I'd love to see that video. But don't get this type. I got this before I knew better. The other style, it has a screw along the side here and down at the bottom on the same side, and on that screw, or at the end of that screw, there's a little tab that goes up. That little tab pushes on the drywall from the back side, and on the front there will be tabs sticking up right here that'll keep it from sliding backwards. So tab in the back, tab in the front, and it just sandwiches the drywall. So again, not this one. This one's the one that you screw into the stud. You don't want that. But this is how it should look at the end, and unless your welder has a different welding style than this. But mine is a 3-wire plug. So let's go to the circuit breaker box. Okay, this is what your panel will look like. There's many different circuit breaker panel boxes. The important thing you need to know is that for whatever panel you have, and it should be on all this little information on the door. Mine happens to be up here. It says it's a Siemens. But there are different panel boxes. I think it's the newer ones, but don't quote me on it. But I was told that there's different ones. But what you want to make sure is that your panel box can handle more than what it has spaces for. I mean, if all these are filled up, then it needs to be the type of box that you can double up on that circuit breaker. There's half sizes of circuit breakers, and that's how you double up. Mine, for example, is a 12 circuit breaker, but on the box, when you get the box, or even at the store when you're looking at circuit breaker panel boxes, they'll say 1224, meaning that it has 12 slots, but it can take up to 24 circuit breakers. That's what mine is. Or if it's a 1212, means it only has 12 slots and it can only do 12 circuit breaker panels. But how you check is the little metal thing that you actually put your circuit breaker on will either be like a L shape, or it'll have a notch cut out on one side, or it won't have that notch cut out. It'll either be rectangular, or it'll have like an L shape to it, and that's how you know by looking at the panel. Alright, to the actual panel itself, this is what it's going to look like. Normally they try to put these things so that all your circuit breakers, all your like circuit breakers, for example, all your 15s are on this side, all your 20s are on this side. I used to have all 20s on this side, and this is the side I go with because this is the higher amperage side. Now they make, like I said, different sizes. This is a full size, and then they have half sizes that would look like that. but mine happens to be a pack. Mine is a pack of 4 that come together. The outside 2 replace your existing ones, and the center 2 is where your new one is, and that's a pack. That's what I got because it makes it simpler, and mine were all used up. But it's, you know, it's awesome if you have more stuff that you want to do, but you need to make sure that your wiring is to code for that. Now the type of wire that you are going to need is a Romex, again a Romex 6'2" wire. Now this wire is heavy duty wire. It can handle up to 60 amps. And it's got 2 insulated power wires, and it's got one bare ground. Your bare ground is going to follow all your other bare grounds and get screwed onto this little thing right here. And then your 2 power wires are going to go down to your circuit breaker, and you're going to screw them in there. These wires over here, again, there's some that are, you can't probably tell the difference, but there's some that are pushed or out that are attached to the circuit breakers that are your power, and the white ones that you see behind are your neutral ones. I don't know if there's any welders that have a 4-wire wire. Like this Romex 6'2" wire is a 3-wire wire. So 2 are insulated and 2 are your power, and it has that third one that's your ground. There's other ones that have 2 powers, ground, and then a neutral, but I'm not getting into that. Okay, so once you have your stuff in, the way you take out these circuit breakers, it'll look like this. It'll be in there, and you want to take it out to the outside, and so, you know, again, it'll be like this. Oh, and make sure that, you know, your power's off. Again, make sure that your power's off from the main power switch, not just this box. Main power switch off, and then you can come and take these off. But they twist out towards the side, whatever side it's on. Then you put your other one back in the same way. Your wiring, only take off enough insulation to get in there and clamp it down. Do not overexpose the wire because it can touch other wires, and you don't want that to happen. But this is to code. These are to code also, and you can kind of see a little bit of them, but you know, it can still touch. And the ones that I did, you can't. So again, that's the code. That's how you want to do them. You run your wire however you want to do it. I mean, it doesn't matter. I had to take my box out in order to put my wire to see where it was at. But I got it through, and I just pulled some down, and I wired the rest into the garage and to my outlet. So again, make sure you know your panel. So you're going to need your circuit breaker, you're going to need your wire, you're going to need the box cover, the plug, and that's pretty much it. And I'll go show you guys. Ugh. Okay, so here is my plug. Okay. And I'm only going to turn it on a little bit because, like I said, I don't have my fan, but here we go. And it's on. So there you go. It's 2 code. I won't have my house burning down, and you know, somebody won't come and complain. I don't know if some people live on rented places, but you won't get in trouble for it. So that's my quick video of how to wire your house for 220. It's really not that hard. I thought I was going to get into a headache, and I didn't want to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars doing it. So I decided to do all the research and do it myself. Alright, well, hope this helps you guys, and hope you start welding.